Namaskar. Thanks to all of you for your kind cooperations. Today's journey is for the wealth, for the massive money, massive prosperity in life. In this journey, the second house, Lord, and second house posited planet is very important, both in D1 and D9 charts. That means in Bath chart and Navangsha Kundali. In Bath chart, the second Lord and 11th Lord, any connections or making any Raj Yoga, giving too much wealth. That means second Lord in the position of 11th house or the 11th Lord is in the second house, that exchange yoga, giving too much wealth. 5th house and 9th house have any connection, giving strong Raj Yoga. Or Kendro Tikona Raj Yoga, 5th house Lord exchange with 10th Lord. Or 9th Lord exchange with 10th Lord. Kendro Tikona Raj Yoga also helpful for accumulation of massive money and massive wealth. So, in these houses, getter the house involved in the connections. Getter will be the availability of funds and money or wealth. Now, the second Lord is the store. Second Lord is the accumulation. 11th house is the earning. 12th house is the expense. And that accumulation goes to the second house. So, second house of D1 chart, Bath chart, very important. How the second Lord is posited, exalted, own sign, friend sign, and which planet is posited in second house, that is helpful to the second house or not, is very important. Together with the D9 chart, we have to inspect, we have to analyze D9 chart also. D9 chart, the second Lord or second house posited planet, how they are taking position in the D9 chart is very important. Their strength. If strength is strong, they get too much wealth, massive money and massive properties. So D1 and D9 both to be analyzed for getting informations about future of the native. That means wealth, prosperity, honors, rewards in the life of the native. That is very important. So both the chart will be analyzed. And the orthotrikona. Orthotrikona, that means Taurus sign, Virgo sign and Capricorn sign. 2, 6, 10 of Kalpurusha Kundali, orthotrikona, very important. If this house is involved, native gets massive wealth and massive money. To make the points more clarity, we are coming to the Kalpurusha Kundali chart, then the specific chart of two eminent persons, having both the D1 and D9 chart, just to compare about their strength of the planet for giving massive wealth and massive money. Now coming to the chart to make it clarity. Coming to the Kalpurusha Kundali. Here, the second house, Taurus sign, Bishop Rashi. 6th house, Virgo, that means Kanya Rashi. And 10th house, that is Makar. These 2, 6, 10 are orthotrikon. When orthotrikon is involved, anyhow with the second Lord or second house posited planet, mainly in D9 chart, that gives too much wealth to the natives. So both D1 and D9 both to be considered for giving predictions about massive money and massive wealth. Another case is that the 11th house and second house, any type of connection or Raj Yoga, exchange between 11th Lord and second Lord, giving too much wealth. Not only that, the 5th Lord and 9th Lord involvement in any kind of yoga, that is also giving too much wealth. And 4th house 4th house, 10th house, 11th house. That is also giving wealth. So get at the house connections. Getter will be the position or wealth of the natives. So this is Kalpurusha Kundali, and in this Kalpurusha Kundali, second lord is Taurus sign, that is Bishop Rashi, and lordship goes to Venus Shukradev. So Shukradev very important in the chart, and together with the Virgo sign lord, that means Mercury, and the 10th house Capricorn sign lord, that is Saturn. That is also important during the analysis for massive wealth and massive money. This chart may be D1 chart or D9 chart. In both the cases, the second house lord and positive planet and any kind of yoga, a strength of the planet is very important. So both Navansha Kundali and Bachchan to be analyzed properly for giving any kind of predictions about massive wealth and massive money. Second house lord, when well placed in the D9 chart, or maybe in Taurus sign, maybe in Virgo sign, maybe in Capricorn sign, giving too much wealth. Not only that, 11th house lord and second house lord connection through the orthotrichon, that is also giving importance. So orthotrichon getting highest importance for giving the prediction about wealth, and the house connections and the positive planet and the house lord, that to be properly analyzed. Now we are coming to chart, to make specific chart, to make it more clarity about how D1 and D9 both the chart is very much needed to explain the or to analysis the massive wealth or prosperity of the native. Coming to the example chart of Steve Ballmer, one of the richest person of the world. Previously, he was the one of the partner of Microsoft. What is the date of birth? 24th March 1956. Time of birth 12 p.m. Place of birth Detroit, USA, Michigan. Both the chart is there. This is D1 chart, and side by side D9 chart is here. First of all, we are try to analyze the D1 chart, then we can come to the D9 chart of Steve Ballmer. What is the unique in the Steve Ballmer chart? In the second lord, Cancer sign, lordship is the moon. That moon is placed in the third house of Leo sign. So second lord is well placed. And in the second house, Jupiter is exalted. So second house positive planet get highest important, making him too much richest person of the world. Here the 11th house lord, Mars, posited in the 7th house and giving his 8th aspect on Jupiter. So Jupiter-Mars conjunction brings the prosperity in the life of the native Steve Ballmer, the great industrialist and one of the richest person of the world. In this case, what happens? The orthotrichon is 2, 6 and 10. This is orthotrichon. Here the Lagna Lord and second house, fourth house Lord are same, Mercury, that is well placed in the 9th house. And in Taurus sign, Ketu is placed, giving too much prosperity to the natives. So orthotrichon is very strong, that to be analyzed in the D9 chart also. Here Sun is the Lord of third house, posited in 10th house. So Parakram house Lord connected with the karma. So this is very meaningful chart, giving too much wealth and prosperity. Third Lord well connected with the 10th house. Here what happens? The 9th house Lord, Saturn, that is posited in the second Upachaya Bhav. So Saturn is very strong day by day, the Upachaya Bhav giving wealth. So native gets wealth. This is the chart of Steve Ballmer D1 chart. Now we have to consider, we have to analyze the second house lord, posited planet and second house situation in the D9 chart. This is the D9 chart of Steve Ballmer. What is the unique of D9 chart? Here the Jupiter, the second house posited planet already in D1 chart exalted. There Jupiter in the D9 in the Pisces sign. So Jupiter is very strong in D9 chart. That's why he gets so much wealth and prosperity in life. D9 chart, the Lagna is Aries, Mesh Lagna. So second house is Taurus. Second, 6th, 10, this is the Ortho Trikon. Now the second lord, Venus, is posited in 8th house and aspecting his own sign, own house. That's giving too much wealth. That is one kind of Raj Yoga. Now what happens in this chart? In the 2, 6, 10, Orthotrikon is very strong. In the second Orthotrikon, Saturn is posited with Moon, giving too much wealth and prosperity. Saturn is the lord of 10th house and 11th house. 10th and 11th lord in the Upachaya Bhav, giving too much prosperity in the D9 chart. Now the second house lord Venus, already told, in the 8th house. And Mercury is posited in the Gemini sign. The Virgo sign lord Mercury, that Mercury is strongly placed in the Gemini sign, own sign. So the Virgo sign is very strong. That is one of the Orthotrikona. So that 2, 6, 10, that means Taurus sign lord, Virgo sign lord and Capricorn sign lord, all are well placed. In the Steve Ballmer chart D9, Navangsha Kundali, D9 chart, another point is that the Lagna Lord Mars is placed in the 7th house, conjunct with Sun. Sun is the Lord of 5th house. So 1st house Lord and 5th house Lord posited in 7th house. So too many houses linked thereby. And Mars and Sun both are aspecting the Lagna. So that is very important of the D9 chart. 10th and 11th house Lord Saturn in the second Upachaya Bhav with Moon, making prosperity, giving wealth. Sun and Moon conjunction gives wealth. Not very good for family happiness, but Sun and Moon combination gives wealth. And what happens? Rahu is posited in 9th house. So the Rahu gives the changes. So he changes his business. He is one of the partner of Microsoft. Then he makes his own business. That is rebuilt from the Rahu's position in the 9th house. So this is the great chart of Steve Ballmer. Both D9 and D1, both D9 and D1 supports for second wealth, second house, and the Orthotrikon, 2nd, 6th, 10th. Orthotrikon is very strong in the D9 chart of Steve Ballmer, giving too much wealth and prosperity. To the second example chart, famous celebrity actor of Bollywood, Amitabh Bachchan, also world famous actor. Now the D1 and D9 chart will be analyzed in the context of wealth. That means through the Orthotrikona, how the native gets wealth. First of all, we are trying to analyze the D1 chart, birth chart of Amitabh Bachchan. This is the birth chart of Amitabh Bachchan. In the first house, Ketu is posited, and 7th house, Rahu is posited. Ketu in the house of Aquarius. So Aquarius influence will be there within the Ketu. Ketu in the first house, and personality of the native is the main point. Since 11th house Ketu is there. Now what happens? The second house lord is Jupiter and 11th house lord also Jupiter. Second house lord is lord of Pisces sign, Jupiter. 11th house lord, lord of Sagittarius, that is also Jupiter. That Jupiter is posited in 6th house in Cancer sign. In Jupiter is placed thereby. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So second house lord and 11th house lord posited in 6th house and exalted thereby. So second lord and 11th lord very strong in the chart. Not only that, in the 4th house of possession, 4th house of luxury comfort, Saturn is posited in friend's house, Taurus sign, aspecting the 10th house by 7th aspect. 10th house is the karma. He is so much hardworking, dedicated, responsibility bearing and getting success every stage of life. So he is a famous person, media related person of the world. Now the Prabodhya Yog is there in the 8th house. The Mercury, here the 5th lord. The 5th lord posited in 8th house. 5th house, 8th house connections, giving too much wealth or inheritance is there. Here 5th lord Mercury well placed in the 8th house of Virgo sign. Together with Mars, Sun and Venus, 4 planet is posited in 8th house of Virgo sign and aspecting the 2nd house. This is very important. In the orthotrigon 2, 6, 10, in the second Bishop Rashi, there is Saturn, and the 6th, that is Virgo, there is Mercury, own sign, and also the Mars, Sun, Venus. So many planets are posited in second house, that means orthotrigon, second, 2, second, 6th, 10. Now 10th Lord Saturn well placed there. So this is the unique of the chart. Not only that, in this case, what happens? The personality is a native is very important. And 11th house is the professions. And 11th house, the Aquarius sign is very important. And there Ketu is posited. So native's own personality gives 80% of the result in any activity of the natives. So this is very important. Also 7th house Rahu spread the talent of the natives. So this is the D1 chart of Amitabh Bachchan. We have to analyze again the D9 chart of Amitabh Bachchan. Now coming to the Amitabh Bachchan charts, the D9 Navangsha Kundali. What is the unique in the Navangsha Kundali of Amitabh Bachchan charts? In this case, what happens? The 11th house Lord, Sun is placed in the 11th house, making Budhaditya Yog. So 11th house of earning, 11th house is very strong in the D9 chart of Amitabh Bachchan. Now second Lord is Mars. That Mars is placed in the 10th house, getting directional strength. Not only that, here conjunct and Jupiter is exalted in Cancer sign. 10th house is Cancer sign and Jupiter is exalted, that with the Mars making conjunctions. Mars is the lord of second house. So second house is strong together with 11th house also. Now in the third house Ketu give good results, malefic planet in first Upachaya Bhav, and 5th house Lord Saturn in the 9th house. That is another Raj Yoga in D9 chart of Amitabh Bachchan. So D9 chart is very strong thereby. Second house Lord Mars in the present in the 10th house. and orthotrichon, that means 2, 6 and 10. That means Bishop Rashi, Venus is posited, very strong. Bhargo sign, no planet is there, but moon is placed in 10. So 2 and 10, both the orthotrichon is filled up by the wealthy planet Venus and moon. That's why the native gets too much wealth, since orthotrichon in the D9 chart, Amitabh Bachchan is properly filled up.